Okay, item 5, reappointment of the District Licensing Committee approved members. Mr. Scott Davenport. Good afternoon, Scott.
Good afternoon. No, not today. Just save that for special occasions. So hopefully this is a nice quick one. I'll take the report as read. Just a quick summary. The District Licensing Committee has been running now for 2 years since the new Alcohol Act came into place. It's been very effective, functioning well, and we are looking at reappointing the chair and the committee for a further 3 years. So the Sale and Supply of Alcohol Act allows us to have that appointment for 5 years. We decided to just try for the 2 years to start with, given the fact it was a new act, and we wanted to get a feel for how things were working before we took that next step. So we're happy and comfortable with how that process is going, and so the recommended resolution is to reappoint all those committee members for a further 3 years.
Thank you, Scott. So the actual, the process, people applying, all that sort of things flowed pretty well, is it? Have you declined any this year? Sorry, we're going into operational stuff here, but...
About 1 or 2 hearings.
No.
So generally, majority of applications come in. It's a simple decision that goes through just the chair. It's only ones that we have objections to that end up in a hearing process, and that's quite a small percentage.
Yeah. And you feel it's a good spread from around, the industry and...
Yep, feedback's been good.
Yep, feedback's good. Okay, good. Good.
Your Worship.
Yes.
I'd just like to support the appointment of Murray Clearwater, working with Murray on this licensing committee. He's an excellent commissioner for our area.
Good.
He's really, I think, the best person we could get for the licensing committee.
Great.
Stephen Alden, certainly endorse that. I've known Mr. Clearwater since he was about 5 years of age. History goes back a while. As Councillor Hickling's indicated, his knowledge is exceptional, and he's very valuable when we come to a situation where we have to make a decision. He knows the background, so I certainly support that.
Cool. All right, Councillor Krasowski.
If the current proposed councillors are willing to continue, I'm more than happy to move the suggested resolution.
You think they're fit and proper for the role, Councillor? No problems at all. You get sample the products? No? No, that's right.
You're not allowed.
The audit committee was...
All right, okay, there's a recommended resolution there of those particular names, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Do I have a mover, please? You've moved. Councillor Krasowski, seconded by Councillor... Ooh.
Not second.
Yeah. No, you've moved it. Councillor Stewart, all those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Very good. Item number 6. Council engagement. Thanks, Scott. Gina. Oh, all pretty straightforward, is it? Yeah. And there's some. Is there any date changes?
So there's just the change. Taupo Airport Authority meeting, which is now on the 16th rather than the 22nd.
16th of Feb. Yep.
11 o'clock with a strategic planning workshop earlier from 9, which is closed.
Thank you. And there's a couple of attendances required there. Zone 2 meeting.
That's correct.
26th of February, and also the National Emergency Management Conference.
Yep.
The 2 councillors that have been suggested, are they still available to attend that?
Oh, Your Worship, just through the chair, I actually put this up. The CEO of the Ministry of Civil Defence was at a joint committee meeting, and it was strongly suggested that joint committee members and alternates attend this. So if our fellow councillors would allow us, we'd definitely be grateful.
Thank you, Councillor Park. Okay, Zone 2, Councillor Kostoski, you still okay to go to that?
I'm not free, but I'm prepared to be reasonable.
Yeah. Thank you. Does anyone else want to go to the Zone 2 meeting in Rotorua? Councillor Park and Kostoski. Who else want to go? Anyone else? No? Okay, now Taupo District Council's representative of the Taupo Safer District Committee. Who was
Through the
previously on
chair,
that?
I was wondering, how often do they meet and what day of the week is it? Is it a daytime or a nighttime meeting? Does anyone have any details?
Almost not here, is he?
They normally meet on a monthly basis on a Friday for a couple of hours during the day, yes.
I'd be reasonably keen.
Councillor Harvey? All right, is everyone happy with Councillor Harvey being our attendee on that? Thank you, Councillor Harvey, appreciate the offer.
Good morning, I can manage it.
Very good. Okay, suggested resolution 1, 2, 3 and 4. Could I have a mover, please? All those, Councillor Hickling, seconded by Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Members' reports. Item number 7. Push those forward to please to Shaney. And has anyone got any verbal reports? International travel, Councillor Johns? We'll have a slideshow sometime. Thank you very much.
Got lots.
Councillor Harvey.
Can I just comment on the, I had a meeting last week with the Waiora House, just regarding the Waiora House issue. And the CAB, I know you probably go, oh no. However, there is a special meeting coming up to discuss their proposed amendment. And on that, at the same time, they're also bringing up another amendment. They want to change the incorporated society to a trust. So I think that it's worthy of further discussion, maybe afterwards, if we can do that as a group. Yeah, the meeting's on Friday. I think we just need to discuss this a bit further, because I think there are still some undiscussed issues.
Who's the best to comment on that? Rob?
What is to discuss?
Yeah. What Councillor John said, Waiora House wanting to change their. Councillor Harvey, sorry.
Well, they've put this on the same. They asked you, most of you were at that meeting that we had their AGM, and a proposed amendment was made by the CAB, and so they've arranged for that meeting to be held, but they've also added another agenda item. That's it, and that they want to change from an incorporated society to a charitable trust, which. I don't know, maybe that's okay, but we are running this.
Would we have
show.
a view on that, or?
That's what I'm saying. Do we have a view?
Yeah. I don't know. So I need some advice here. Do we need to make a view on that, or do we just leave the trust to run their own affairs?
From my perspective, I think we need to leave the trust as it is to make their own decisions on what they want to do and how they want to govern themselves moving forward. I mean, we have our own policies in place moving forward, which we can review the deliverers as they come through that. But I think it's up to the trust to decide what format they want to deliver their services in, whether it's a trust or an incorporated society. Does that help?
I tend to agree with that view. I don't think.
Appropriately advertised?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Special meeting.
they
in the paper.
didn't advertise the amendments as they were asked to be. They were not exactly right. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, well, I encourage
we
anyone
need
that's
to
probably
discuss it.
particularly interested to go along to there's a meeting date.
Yeah, the meeting's on the
Yeah.
5th of February at 12:30 at the Taupo Room at Waiora.
So that's this week, isn't it? 5th of February. Okay, thank you, Councillor Harvey, for raising that. Anyone that's interested, I'm sure will be able to go along. Councillor Hickling?
Well, just another item, Your Worship. With that quite nasty accident, just the Taupo side of Āti Māori. I've been getting quite a few emails from the Transport Committee. The Transport Authority have done 2 repairs on the road. It's still not to their particular standard. There's still some real issues with the seal. And they have put a 50-kilometre speed limit on that over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Pending further investigations. They're not really sure why it's happening, but they've certainly done some remedial work on it twice. But it's still unsatisfactory from a point of view of being safe and having a good surface for road users.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
just like to report.
So was it the wrong? Was it the incorrect seal applied or something? Was it? Or?
The seals
Without
come
getting too much
up
detail?
to the top, so it's very slippy, shiny, and just a slight shower of rain. It's almost like an oil slick. They've tried, as I say, 2 remedial works on it, still not improved it.
So is that likely to be coming out in the coroner's report, or?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, thank you for keeping us informed on that. Yeah. Okay. Councillor, sorry, Shane?
Just 4 little points I wanted to raise. 4 of them, they're all 4 of them are old chestnuts. The Lions Company you're not too sure if you're aware, but they've released a consultation document. It's a new contract for customers. It's causing some hoo-ha at the southern end of the lake. It's particularly clause 26, which relates to if you complain as the customer, they have the right to terminate supply, which is a bit...
I just add to you for that, I'm actually one of the people that have been asked to sit on the panel. So I've been working with community organisations and community groups to put together submissions, through what they've asked me to do, to put submissions through. And there's another person from Turangi and 2 from each area that the Lions Company cover that have been asked to sit on this panel. And we're watching those clauses very closely. And they also are having submissions from the public as well, and it will all be collated. And this is a draft new terms and conditions. It's replacing the 2009 terms and conditions, and so it's in draft form at the moment. And I'd encourage people to put their thoughts forward.
Okay, thanks, Maggie.
So the second one was that other little topic of freedom camping. As this time of the year, it's been quite pronounced across the lake. The most recent was some boys from Germany who parked up on the road, a side road in Turangi, and camped for 3 days on the road in their beds, and had their table out and were playing cards and hacky sack and going to the pub and drinking everyone's leftover beer out of the bottles on the outside tables and stuff. These are classy people we have in the district.
Germans.
So
Germany.
German
People wouldn't do that, would they?
So he's Polish, not Roman.
I didn't see them.
So I've had to call the police in a couple of times to move people along, but there was a phone call to me today from a concerned ratepayer, Taupo one. You guys aren't doing your job. I'm getting calls for you up here about the dock reserve, about how they're setting up tents for communal games now. They're doing communal games down on the reserve across the road, the dock one down on the lake front here. They've actually got
5 Mile Bay.
Is it 5 Mile Bay? Sorry.
Yeah.
And they've got set up communal tents now where they go and play cards and do the outdoor sporting events and stuff. I'm just a bit concerned about how far that's all going. The greatest thing for me at the moment is tree poisoning. This morning, or tree poisoning and tree cutting down. This morning I got called to Motuapa Reserve, which is why I was late. Someone cut down a tree on the reserve for views 2 nights ago, and the boys were there from council clearing it. It's really become an issue for us down there, where people from out of town seem to think it's their right to chop trees down for a view. Ongoing problem, I'm sure. I'm not a tree hugger at all, but I'm finding that a disgusting sort of act, vandalism. I spoke to a couple of staff today about possibly posting a reward for information leading to an arrest for these people. Happy to do it myself, but don't know how it would look with Councillor Cousins offering 10 grand reward for information, but is there any ideas that council staff might have that we can try and control this situation? Because it's horrible seeing a 14-year-old oak tree chopped off.
Scott's not here at the moment, is he? But his compliance, but certainly he can prosecute. Huh?
We offer 20 Ks out, but we never catch them.
Right, yeah.
How do you prove it? You know, and all the silver birches at the bottom of the marina, bottom of the hill at Motuava have been poisoned, drilled and poisoned in the last week. I'm not too sure how many, 7 or 8, I think. And it's the same for you guys up here. Apparently there's a bum reserve here where all the trees have been just poisoned and chopped down. Ian Ashmore told me this morning. I've seen all the councillors, I think, pictures of the tree that they chopped down. It sickens me. And Bully Point, I don't know if you heard about the lady who pulled up in her car, opened her door, and a car came around the corner, took her door off. So she parked up in a car and left in a go-kart because she parked on the side of the road.
She's okay though.
Yeah, she was born. But another good reason for transit to hurry up and do something with that road. Anyway, that's me.
All right, thank you, Councillor Cousins. Just trying to sort of remain on track here. Councillor Boddy, did you have
I
something?
just had a couple of issues. One I raised a few months ago was in regards of the success or not success of the changes to the climbing wall. At that stage I was told we hadn't gone through 6 months, it was too early. I'm just wondering whether we could have an indication for the February meeting exactly where we are in regards to the fact that we kept it going for a number of years, whether it is on track to break even. It would be interesting. I've also raised at a previous meeting when we had a gentleman walk in here and sit up where Mrs. Jakes is. I noticed that the Ashburton District Council had a lockdown the other day as a practice. Now, I don't want to dramatise things, but when we start having councils sticking something in place to lock down the facility, are we a little bit behind the times? Mr. Fox might be able to comment on that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do. I think because of the time frame, we're diverting a little bit. It's members' reports, conferences, seminars, and professional development things that we've been on. But certainly, I think because I'm giving a bit of tolerance here because we've got a bit of time on our side. But if you have some queries about safety and security, I think Mr. Fox probably be able to answer that.
Just raised the issue when council's already done it.
All right, that's fine. Any other members' reports? No.
Perhaps could I just quietly comment on the concert, which was great. I know that some people prefer not to go, but I'd just like to say that we did have the opportunity to chat with out-of-town ratepayers who kindly sat at our table, who just came up and sat down, which was great. They said, "Whose is this table?" And we said, "It's the council." "Oh, good, we're ratepayers, we'll sit down," which they did, which was great. And we did have a really, really good chat, and it was probably really worthwhile. A lot of stuff was discussed about town and how they felt about it, and it was really positive. Cool. So just like to pass on that feedback.
Excellent. Thanks, Councillor Harvey. Councillor
I also like to endorse this. I was actually at that table as well. Endorse Councillor Harvey and Councillor Park. Just the feedback we're getting from several out-of-town ratepayers as to the positive sides and commentary about how things could be done better, but there wasn't too many of those comments. So yes, I found that very,
A couple were from Hamilton's,
Tauranga, Palmerston.
Tauranga, yeah.
Cool.
And they come every year and meet up, and it's great.
Inside through the chair, it's the first time they've ever had like physical conversation with a councillor, and they've been, one of them has been a ratepayer here and voting for 27 years. So.
Who was your favourite artist? Melissa.
You should have been last.
No, it was an outstanding event, and well done to, and actually the industry that's created right around the whole event, whether it's the food vendors,
Right.
the businesses that are associated with that event now. It's quite a huge investment. All right, okay. Mover, please, for that members' reports be received. Thank you, Councillor Stewart. Seconded by Councillor Cousins. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Okay, it's the end of the public part of the meeting. There's a resolution there for the confidential part. If I could have a mover, please, for the reasons outlined. Moved by Councillor Park and seconded by Councillor Ickling. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried.